Hello and welcome back to today's episode of the What is K-pop podcast, where in which I talk about groups, members, discographies, survival shows, concept, basically anything else that I want to talk about in regards to K-pop to one day answer the question, what is K-pop? Now, if you can hear, unfortunately, a little occasional noises, I can't exactly have the door closed today because Petal keeps on wanting to come in and out. My mum's watching something in the kitchen and she needs to keep the doors open because that's the way out into the utility room to get out of the house through the cat flaps. Fortunately, if you can hear some noise, my mum's got the TV on. And she's watching this soap, like a soap opera type of show called Doctors, which is a weird show in the UK that is set in basically a doctor's surgery and the lives and the stuff of all the doctors and everyone who works there. It's a very strange show, but it's kind of like Holby City and Casualty. And it's sort of like a K-drama in Korea. A lot more long term and a lot of storylines take a while to develop and stuff, and it's just a very running storyline TV show, and it's a very, very odd one, but it's been cancelled actually. It's gonna stop airing at the end of this year. My mum was really upset about it, but both me and my dad are both yes, thank God, because it is very irritating. It's one of those shows where you're just I don't understand why anyone likes this and why it's been going on for such a long time, but it has. Yeah. So that'll be my torment of Doctors will be over very, very soon. So the group that I'm talking about today is called Nowadays, a 5-member boy group under Cube Entertainment, who debuted on the 2nd of April of this year, 2024, with the self-titled single album, Nowadays. The group consists of Hyunbin, Yoon, Yeonwoo, Jinhyuk, and Seon. So, yeah, the group doesn't... the group's name apparently has no meaning. However, if we go on to the Nowadays... It's I would just sit here in silence, continue to research, but I feel that would be really, really creepy. The group's name contains a strong aspiration to make the public and fans' curiosity about now, and its bold ambition to provide the memories for the days the American group will create in the future. How fun. Hyunbin is a former contestant on the Produce X101 series and being eliminated in 11th place and ranked 30th in the whole entire show. On the 30th of June, it was 30th of October of last year, 2023, it was announced that they'd launched a new boy group with 5 members in the first quarter of 2024, and on the 9th of November it was confirmed that Hyunbin would be debuting in it, and it was actually only just at the very end of the first quarter, because it's no, it's not. What am I talking about? Wait, no, it is. Wait, no, it's not. Because it's technically at the start of the second quarter. But to be fair, you have to I have to be honest with this. I always say it a lot of the time. It's I say that I want to do X groups like MC and D, for example. That's gonna have to be pushed back a while, because I have plans. I've planned out the video, the uploads that I want to do, and it isn't because I don't want to do MCND, but there is so many groups to do about, and even in the bath that I had not yesterday but on Tuesday. I love how I'm saying this as though you know what I'm talking about. The 20th, because today's the 22nd. I had a bath on the 20th. I was thinking to myself, I really want to do an episode on Fly to the Sky, which was a duo in SM. But I was thinking to myself, that episode would be really, really short. So I'll probably group together a load of I might do HOT and Fly to the Sky at the same time. But it's when do I do that? Because I only do 3. I do 3 episodes a week, but I do one group per episode, unless it's like I did NCT and EXO and SHINee and Rise and something else together. But that was because I knew that I just wanted to get all of those done and dusted out of the way, so I didn't have to worry about those and like wanting to talk about them. So I just did them earlier on. But it's like, when would I do them? Because I don't want to like wait too long, or it's kind of hard to like decide as to when things like that will sort of happen. And I was thinking to myself, do I, like, when I'm able to do it, when I've got enough listeners, when it's like a subscription, do I do groups like that then, for those who subscribe? And I'm like, wait, no, of course I can't do that, because that's like really, really stupid. Like, why would I have it being behind like a paywall when I could just I could carry on making the group episodes available to everyone and just have like the special episodes every like week behind the paywall for a subscription. But even then, why am I making a subscription? I don't know. It's like it's a hard kind of thing to think about, because obviously I'm not famous enough to have ads playing in my podcast. Not that I would want to have like ads being on there, given the fact that literally like it's people just listening to a podcast, like they don't want to have to pay for that. So like, I just kind of wonder as to how this sort of stuff is gonna continue on, and like where is it gonna go from this point. And I'd have to probably talk to my parents about that, of just that, like, do I make extra podcast episodes and like do something different for the paying people, and that sort of stuff. But I don't know. If you have any suggestions, I have a Twitter called What is K-pop 2024, and feel free to comment on here. I really don't mind. So yeah, nowadays. So nowadays doesn't have a fandom name just yet, so I can't comment on that. Granted, they've only just debuted, really. It's like less than 2 months ago, so that's understandable. It took pretty sure it took EXO like 3 years to figure out a fandom name, and even then it's just XOLs. Or Red Velvet is literally like Revolus, when I feel like it should have been like Cake, because it's like Red Velvet Cake. Or Boy Next Door. Boy Next Door's fandom name is Wondor, when like it could well have been. I would have loved this, by the way, if it had been Neighbours. Just like, we're the neighbours. I consider myself a neighbour. Or Rise's original fandom name being Sons, and then it changed to Rise, because like the connotations with Sons being with Shotaro being Japanese, and being like the rising sun thing. So like that's an the fandom name was only announced like a week after their debut. It took 3 years for EXO to decide on a fandom name, or realistically it took them to figure that out. And I was like, what do you even call like your fans when you say like, oh, I love you, X fandom name? It's like, what do you even say? It's like, it's a weird sort of thing. And like, why is it only in K-pop there's like a massive thing about fandom names? Because I know that in like they have like the Beliebers for Justin Bieber fans, or like Arianators for Ariana Grande fans. So I wonder why it's like a massive thing in K-pop to have fandom names. You'd have to tell me. Okay, so first member is Hyunbin, or Kim Hyunbin. He is a leader and a vocalist. He was born on the 31st of August 2002, making him an August Virgo. We stan August Virgos. And he's actually the same height as me, or thereabouts, 5'9". Wow, he trained a lot. He trained in a lot of places. Dang, son. He used to be a Source trainee, Source Music, KZN, and W Entertainment trainee, and he was a part of W Entertainment's trainee boy group, Kyunaminu, also known as Dream Tree. That's a weird name. Or WM boys. Let's click on that a second. So all of the trainees. It was Lee Kyung-hyun, Kang Wang-seok, Kim Hyun-bin, obviously, Won Young-wook, Gwang-hyun, and Yoon Se-yeon, and they all left summertime between 2021 and 2022. Kyu-hyun was 1990. Wang-seok is 2001. I'm just saying that around birth years. Hyunbin obviously is 2002. Young-wook 2002 as well. Wang Hyun is 2003. And Sion is 2005. He's also. I thought he was a member of Nowadays. He's a member of AMPERS&ONE. So back to Nowadays, and he was introduced as a member of Nowadays on the 7th of March 2024. I genuinely read that as his habit is to apply lip balm like hand cream, but it's just apply lip balm and hand cream, because I was about to say, how do you do that? It says one thing that is just a nick, which is like someone from Love Island. A nick for me is having lip balm in a tub, like someone willingly buying a lip balm in a tub like that, and like really getting their finger in to like get the stuff to put it on their lips. I just don't like it. I don't know what about it. It just makes me feel a bit uncomfy. I really don't like it at all. So next member is Yoon, or Lee Yoon. He's a vocalist, and he was born the 27th of August 2003. I'm 1 day older than him. Not actually, because I was born at oh wait, no. What am I saying? No, I am. I was about to say I was born at the very start of 26th of August. No, I am older than him then. Literally by a day. And his nicknames are Li Loon, which is inspired by the Chinese pronunciation of his name, Ging, and Yoonging, and Yong Choding, which means young kid. His role in the group is being the Sai Wukang, because he's very clumsy. I'm very clumsy too. And he's the fake maknae of the group. Next member is Yeonwoo. Jeong is a dancer and a vocalist. He was born on the 23rd of September 2003, making him a Libra. And he's been training for about 6 years under Cube Entertainment. And he was announced as a member as the same as the other two members. Next member is Jin Hyuk. Jang Jin Hyuk. He is a rapper. Born on the 21st of May 2004, making him a Gemini. And he went to Xingwan Middle School and Samsung High School. And he has the habit of to often change his phone wallpaper up to 5 times a day. But I actually like fun fact, if you didn't know this already, my phone's lock screen wallpaper, whatever you want to call it, is actually the sky from outside of my living room. Like there's a little patch of sky that you can see. Well, you can see it more now that we don't have the hedge there, but there was like a little patch of sky that you could see out the window, and I took a picture of that, and I was like, this is cute, I want to have that as my lock screen. So I did. I made it my lock screen. Apparently once he changed Hyunbin's wallpaper for the one of his selfie, but Hyunbin didn't care for it, and even still now he changes his wallpaper. I feel like your wallpaper just shows like about you, but I don't know what my wallpaper says about me. I think it's just cool seeing this guy. So last but no means least is Seon, Kim Se-yeon. He's the rapper and the maknae, born on the 24th of August 2004, making him a Virgo. And he's shy with strangers, so often people mistake him to be an introverted type of person, which is, I'd actually say that's exactly like me, to be fair. Like, I have often had people say to me, like, I do not understand how people can think of you as a shy person, because you are so chatty. Yeah, that is the problem, isn't it? Yeah. So he was also announced to be a member of Nowadays on the 7th of March. Maybe I could do AMPERS&ONE. You got to put. It's so funny. Like I'd have to say. Obviously, it's like to now ampers, and then you actually have the ampersand sign, which is the and sign, and one at the end. It's really weird. It's really weird to have to describe it to someone. So yeah. So AMPERS&ONE is a 7-member boy group under FNC Entertainment, consisting of Camden, Brian, Jean, Akai, Karel, and Sungmo. They made their debut on the 15th of November 2023 with the single album AMPERS&ONE. And their group apparently means to become one. It means that every one of them came together to make their dreams come true. And their fandom name is Andir. Okay. And it's a combination of the word and that links AMPERS&ONE and its fans with the word dear, connoting beloved and precious, symbolizing that AMPERS&ONE and its fans are preciously connected to it. What the hell? I didn't even realise the time. Sorry about that, it was my phone alarm. And its fans are preciously connected to each other. That is cute, yeah. Even if I didn't sound like I liked her for a second. I just realised how it sounded and I was like, ugh. So the first member is Jiho. Choi Jiho even. Or Justin Choi. I just ripped a piece of hair on my head. Lovely. He's the leader and the vocalist. Born on the 10th of June 2004, making him a Gemini. And he was born in my god, what is with me? Gaepodong, Gangnam-gu, Seoul, South Korea. He went to Gyeong Middle School, Chungnan University High School, and he lived in Boston, in Massachusetts, in the US for about a year. And he has an older brother apparently, and he was on the NBC survival show Wild Idol, but he was eliminated in the 3rd episode, and also Mnet's Boys Planet. I think, yeah, I did mention him. And he was eliminated on the 5th episode, ranking of the 5th place, and trained for about 3 years and 3 months prior to Boys Planet, and apparently is friends with Jong-sub from P1 Harmony. Next member is Camden. Whenever I think of that, obviously I think of the London suburb. I just do, and I'm pretty sure it's the exact same spelling as well. Let's have a look. Camden. Well, obviously I think it's a C, not a K, but yeah, obviously I was going to come up with Camden. Yeah, Camden with a C. Yeah, in London. Good to know. His birth name is Camden Winston Na, but his Korean name is Na Dubin, and his English, I guess, like the name he would use in America is Camden Na. He is a rapper and a main dancer. He was born on the 9th of June 2001, making him a Gemini and a snake. He lived in Seattle. He is from Seattle and lived in the US for about 10 years. Cool. His family consists of him, his parents, and his twin brother called KD Joshua Na. And he was also he was also a contestant on Wild Idol, but eliminated in episode 3. And he was a contestant on Boys Planet in Group G, but unfortunately he was eliminated in the final episode in the 17th rank. And he trained for about 3 years and 3 months, just the same as Jiho, prior to Boys Planet. And he is close with Kyo from P1 Harmony, and Jae Chang from One Pact, and also the group that came from another survivor show whose name I can't remember because they trained together. Yeah. Next member is Brian. No, I'm not going to say actually. I was about to say something, but then I realised probably not. Brian Ho, or He Ting Wei. Sorry if I mispronounced that, Brian. I really truly don't know how to pronounce things apparently. He's a vocalist and born on the 27th of August 2002. Soleil we stan King, making him a Virgo and a horse, and he is Chinese Canadian. So they actually misspelt Vancouver there, but he was born in Vancouver in Canada, and he has the family consists of him, his parents, his younger brother, and his younger sister. And he went to the Robert Alexander McMath Secondary School. It is a name of my old school. Actually didn't have anything to do with being like, and then their name didn't have secondary school in it. They are considered a academy, which in the UK has a better connotation towards it for some reason, since like academies are supposed to be more elite. It's very much like to do with being an elitist society, to be fair, because you never want to be associated with being called a secondary school. It's always like an academy, because an academy is like where you go to be, like where fancy people go to school. So people schools typically rename themselves as like so-and-so academy to have that prestige on them. But sadly, my school did not live up to that. We like to just rip on our old schools. The École Secondaire Robert McMath Secondary School is a public high school located on Gary Street in the Stevenson neighborhood of Richmond, British Columbia, apparently. So the school is fed into, like, the school's pupils typically went to Lord Byng Heights Elementary School, West Wind Elementary School, Hanover Steeves Elementary School, John G. Baker Elementary School, Dixon Elementary School, and Homer, as well as all French immersion students from 15 other elementary schools in Western Richmond. Well, ain't that interesting? School, Richmond's newest high school, opened in 1997 and serves grades 8 to 12. And on September 2004, it became a bilingual school providing a French immersion program. Well, ain't that cool? So maybe Brian might actually know quite a lot of... Yeah, he can speak English, Chinese, and French, because quite a lot of... I do believe this. I do think this. I don't actually know, because, you know, if there is anything I don't know is like why French people went over to Canada. But there was a lot of French people that obviously went over to Canada, and I think most people who know a lot of French live in Quebec, and like Canada is known as, like, their official languages are both English and French, but French is more taught as like a second language, and I actually have French as my second language, kinda, I guess, sort of, if you want to kind of call it that, if you wanted to. I mean, yeah, this is the first other language that I learned other than English, but yeah, I lost all of that stuff when I turned 13. It's because I finished learning it, really. And Brian has a bracelet he got from Envy Evans, G Yunso's mother, or mom. Next member is Seon. Yoon Seon. He is a vocalist, born on the 8th of January 2005, making him a Capricorn and a rooster. He was born in Incheon, South Korea, and his family only has him and his parents and his 2 dogs. Oh, he doesn't have a sibling. I always feel sorry for people who don't have siblings, actually, because, well, for me, obviously I was born already having a sibling. I was the second child, so I never had the experience of not having an additional person at home to talk to. So I do always wonder what it's like for those people, but I mean, like, you don't know what it's like to not be an only child, I guess. But, like, what was it like growing up? Was it lonely because you didn't have anyone else to talk to when you got home from school or something? Or did one of your parents, were they a stay-at-home parent to be able to give you the attention that you need as a kid? Like, what happened with that? Because I don't know. I always had at least my mother or my dad at home with my sister normally, so there was always someone to talk to. Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder if people who are an only child feel like that. And he went to Goyang Jail Middle School and Lilla Art High School. He's a former contestant on YG's Treasure Box and was eliminated in episode 8. He would have only been like 15 then at that time. Or 13? I don't know when Treasure Box was on anymore. I should really know, but I cannot remember for the life of me. So next member is Kyrell. Kyrell Valentine Che, or Che Young. He is a vocalist born on the 3rd of July 2005, making him a Cancer and a Rooster. And he was born in Seattle, Washington, in America. And he has his parents, his younger sister, and his younger brother. And he trained for about 4 months, and he's been driving since he was 16. I can't drive. If there is one thing that you can take away from this podcast, other than information about K-pop idols, is that I cannot drive to save my life. Like, we did a little bit of driving, me and my dad. This is going to sound really bad, but like when I was like 14, we went up to some private land that obviously the person knew Dad, and he had a beat up old car, and he taught me and my sister a little bit, but mainly me, how to start learning how to drive and like doing the main things for that sort of stuff. And I only drove a little bit, but the thing that put me off of driving for literally forever was that I got confused about the pedals, and I actually ended up accelerating, and I almost hit a tree. And it's like one of those moments that obviously like every single driver messes up at some point. You know, that's just inevitable when you're in that sort of situation, but that has well and truly put me off of driving forever. Like, the most driving that I do is driving people up the wall, and also Mario Kart, so I don't drive. Fun little fact for you, that's why I don't drive. Kyrell is also good at Spanish, and he's in charge of Smiles in the group. Next member is Mackay Mercer, or Lee Yee-jun. He is a rapper, born on the 21st of January 2006, making him an Aquarius and a dog, and he is Korean-Australian. And he was born in New South Wales in Sydney, Australia, and has lived in Busan, South Korea. And he went to Epping Heights Public School. Let's have a little look at Epping Heights then. So I always like to know about, I don't know why, I always find like people's school interesting. Like, where did you go to? What did you, like, how did you get your education? It doesn't have a Wikipedia page, but it does have a website. Let's troll this a minute. So is it yeah, because they have different year plans. I was getting so confused. I was like, why would you be joining in? Why would you only just open the applications for 2025? But obviously, because like we start our school year in September. Like, I literally started school within a week of me turning 4. So obviously they would be opening the applications for that sort of stuff. And they go on summer break in like December. God, did he have to go to? Oh my God. Wow. That's weird. Yeah. I guess maybe that's also a bank holiday. I don't know. Just talk amongst yourself for a moment whilst I'm trying to find this. I'm like going through their like schedule for the rest of the year, but it's quite extensive. Dang, son. I wouldn't have expected them to. Yeah, maybe. Oh, yeah, I don't know. That makes sense. What am I talking about? When does it doesn't say when, like, obviously like school ends, but because there's some people like me. No. I make myself sound so weird sometimes. Can I find? I've always wondered about like what do you call it? School term times. So their schooling starts at like 9:05 in the morning, goes to 10:05, and then they play for like 20 minutes. They go to lunch. They have lessons from like, I guess, like 11:30 till 10 to 1. Then they have lunch for like nearly an hour, and then they go back in at 1:45, and then have school until 3:05. My school, they did it. They've only just changed. They changed it just as I left, actually, where they'll have like a 5-minute period between registration and lesson one, which we call periods. And they changed also like break time. So then instead of having only like 20 minutes, they had like half an hour. And instead of 45 minutes for lunch, they only have half an hour for that as well. Yeah, so instead of finishing at 3:25, which they did for the whole time I've been at school, they now finish at 3:30, which isn't that like deep, but it is certainly something. Certainly different. It doesn't seem to say, which is fair enough. You know, there's some people that just want to know a little bit. I mean, this all sounds so strange. I swear this is like stuff that they just usually do on my like for fun. Yeah, I wonder if he knows any other foreign languages other than just like English and Korean. Like, what's his first language? I always like to know what someone's first language is. So then we have, last but no means least, Kim Sung-mo. Sean Kim is the vocalist and maknae. He was born on the 3rd of July 2006, making him a Cancer and a dog. And he was born in Unpyeonggu in Sunseok-dong, Seoul, South Korea. And he has a younger sister. And he went to Sangsing Middle School and Hamlin Arts High School. And used to be a Starship trainee and is close to the members of Gravity. Yeah. So that was Nowadays and AMPERS&ONE. I do hope you enjoyed today's double episode of Groups. I need to go and take my pills and have a nap. Yeah. And I hope you have a nice rest of your day, and I will talk to you again on Friday with Big Bang and Blackpink. Blackpink in your area. And bang bang bang. Sorry, I have the worst jokes ever. Literally, it's criminal how bad my jokes are sometimes. But yeah, thank you so much, and bye for now. Bye.